the most delightful things that I've doom scrolled upon has to be Ellie Benke's song covers
Oh my God, yeah.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
I am so excited that you guys got together and did a duet. It was incredible.
She's such a sweet person as well. And like she flew over with her family and a partner. And yeah, we spent the day together. We did the duet. I presented U2 an award that night, and then I threw them an after party afterwards in an Irish bar and had a big Irish jam. And Ellie came to that with her family as well, which I think, and then she sung Dive with me, and it was really cool, actually. She's great.
Now, I think truly there is an opportunity here. We spoke about Disney and how much you love Disney music. I feel like she could be the live action version of Merida.
Wow. Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
I just think that she's got the hair.
Yeah.
And her, correct me, I'm not quite sure how to explain this.
Are they doing a live action of that?
No, but I'm saying they need to get it rolling and they need to cast her. I'm just saying, I think she should have one foot in the door on an audition.
That would be insane. And a really good idea as well.
She specifically she sings one of the tracks from Brave, which I think is an underrated soundtrack. She sings one of the songs.
Brilliant movie.
It's so beautiful.
What I like about that movie as well is they didn't make a sequel. It is just perfect as is, left.
Yes.
That's the story. That's the music, done.
Yes, I agree. I just think that her, like you again, correct me if I'm wrong in the way that I describe this, or you can give me the proper terms here. But the clarity when she sings, I love when people have like a little bit of like rasp or like something, but the clarity when she sings is so clean.
But it's soul as well. It's got feeling in it. It's not just like clinically good. She's just like really soulful. Yeah, she's a really supreme talent, and I'm really happy to have met her and worked with her.
It was beautiful, and the duet was, I mean, exactly what we all wanted. So I think I speak for everyone that commented on that TikTok to be like,
this is what I love about the internet, is it makes stuff so possible and accessible, and you can kind of reach anyone with anything. Like, people power is like a real thing at the moment.
Now, obviously, that was a beautiful duet. You've done many other duets. Is there a duet that you have done that has stood out to you as your favorite or one of your favorites?
Yeah, I think, well, if it's a recorded song, then I think Beyonce and also Andrea Bocelli on Perfect were both very different experiences, but both amazing experiences. But I think the first time that I sung with Beyonce, we did a Stevie Wonder tribute where we did Master Blaster together with Gary Clark Jr. And like, sometimes I get a bit, I don't know, like self-doubty and low and kind of, I think being like, oh, is my career on the downward slope or blah, blah, blah. And that is a video that I'll go to and watch and be like, but that was pretty cool. Like, no one can take that away from me. That's like one of those videos that I'll always go back to like remind myself that I've done some pretty fun stuff. And again, another one would be like bringing Eminem on in Detroit. That's like another one. If I need a little like, you were right, we've done some cool shit. Like, yeah.
Gives you a little boost.
Yeah, and sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need reminding that, like, even if stuff isn't like great at the moment, like the accumulation of things over the years that people can't take those moments away from you.
I do think it's interesting to hear you say that sometimes you need those little bumps, because you're having like the normal human experience of like what's going on? Where am I going? Yeah. Like a little lull might send you into like, let me reminisce a little bit and bring the vibes back up.
Totally. I think nostalgia, like good nostalgia like that, is really healthy and helpful. And I think it's also just navigating adult life, because sometimes it's not even just based on a like career thing of, sometimes I'll put out a song that doesn't work, or I'll have a show that doesn't sell out, or like blah, blah, blah. Like something will happen and I'll be, overthinking in my head. But it's not just that. I think it's just being a parent and then wondering how much I should be working and how much I should be at home. And then when you're at home too much, you're like, oh, should I be working more? It's like a constant balance of like, what is the right thing to do? And I want my kids to know the value of hard work, but not at the detriment of me not being there. And it's kind of like a balance of, I don't know.
My husband and I have had that conversation a lot. Specifically because when he retired from football, we knew his schedule in football. It was a set schedule.
Yeah.
He was home at a certain time each day of the week. And now that he's retired, he took on a lot of things. He's been sort of figuring out exactly where he wants to put his energy in.
It's interesting because this will be the most busy time of his life, figuring out what he wants to do. And then it'll settle again into a rhythm and a groove. But definitely, like, I can imagine being a professional sportsman his whole life, and then that ends, and then you go, fuck, well, what is the next thing? And then you have to try many different things to then find out what the next thing is. Like, yeah, it must. It must
but he
be a
has
real
that
mindfuck.
same. Well, he has that same dilemma, and we've had the conversation a number of times of like, well, in an effort to find what that next thing is or what those next few things are, what at what cost, right? Like, at what time do you say, like, yes, I'm showing my kids hard work, determination, all of those things, and modeling it, but then at the same time making sure that balance of like that you're home and that you're there to color and that you're there in the morning to get their
And
day
also,
started.
I would say that a couple of Super Bowls in a trophy at home probably do that as well. Like, and I find that as well, looking at my career, like the accumulation of all the things that I've done. Sometimes I'm like, oh, actually, like I'm striving to be like, I got to show them this, got to show them, when actually, like, it's kind of all there already. And maybe it's like you work 40% less, you're home a bit more, and yeah,
we'll figure it out.
I don't think we will, but I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
I'm going to keep telling myself we'll figure it out.
Parenthood is basically figuring it out until they've left home, and then you go, oh, that's that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. Good luck. Now, there's something else that I've been very excited to talk to you about. I didn't even realize that we had in common, but I did hear you say that Love Actually is one of your top 3 favorite movies of all time. Is that correct?
Yeah. I actually, like, I love good stuff that's popular. Like, I like it. I think Titanic's a great film. I think Love Actually is great. I don't subscribe to this thing when people are like, hey, who are your favorite artists? And they'll go, oh, well, this person with like 20 plays, they're not my favorite. It's actually like, who is actually your favorite artist? What is actually your favorite film? Love Actually is on every single Christmas in our household. So it's got to be one of my favorite. It has to be. I watch it once a year. There's no other film that I watch once a year. My
husband and brother-in-law are, they had to watch it for the other podcast, and they shit on it so hard. Jason specifically, really, he didn't see what we see in it, I think.
I don't know what to say to you.
He tried to say that because in the storylines that it's like all of these people, it's not like good, clean family holiday movie, right? Like it's like these different scandals and stuff. And I'm like,
it's different shades of love and betrayal and hurt and heartache. It's love isn't just happiness. Love is all of those things.
Yes,
mate,
tell him
that movie is, I just think, perfect. And also the guy that made that movie wrote Yesterday, that movie that I was in, and lives in the village that I live in. I see him all the time, and he said that movie was originally seen and then seen and then seen and then seen, as in like it wasn't all jumbled up, and then they didn't really know how to do it, and then they just chopped it up and put it in different orders, and then that's what. Then, but originally it was just, 7 different stories, one after the other, which is kind of mad.
Right. Well, they absolutely nailed it. They nailed when they chopped it up.
What's your favorite
storyline?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Colin Firth writing the book.
Honestly,
and then he learns the language at the end.
How did you know that's right?
It's the most romantic one. It's great.
When they're sitting in the car and they're like both speaking in their own languages.
Yeah.
And he's so uncomfortable about it. And she's just like, sort of like, this is ridiculous. Like, you can feel how she's like, why are you freaking, like, why are you being so weird? And he's like, doesn't know what to say. And then he tries to, it's just
great.
Oh,
I love it.
It's so great.
Hey, did you watch About Time? Did you see that one?
I have not.
That's another one.
Is that one?
Yeah. So Richard Curtis, who did Four Weddings and a Funeral, Notting Hill, Love Actually, he did this film called About Time, which is heartbreaking. Like lovely, but heartbreaking.
About Time.
Yeah, it's a guy that can basically like travel back in time, and he like re-meets his wife all over and over and again. He like spends time with his dad all over and over again. It's really, really heartwarmingly heartbreaking.
Okay, maybe I can get Jason to buy into that one. I'll try. All right.
It's good.
The last question I have for you is usually a question I ask my fellow mom guests, but I'm excited to get the dad version. What is the best piece of fatherhood advice that you have ever received?
Oh my God. I don't know, really.
Is there any go-to advice that you give to first-time dads?
I just think always be the one that makes the breakfast in the morning. Always be the one that gets up first and let your partner have a lie-in and do the breakfast. Because also that's the time of the day that your kids are the least angry because they're rested and they wake up and it's fun and you do all the morning tasks, putting away all the washing up from the day before, and then you make the breakfast and you eat the breakfast. And it's also like an act of kindness, service, whatever, because your partner gets to have a lie-in, but also then you get the golden moments in the morning when your kids are like calm and happy. And
aren't they just the best in the morning?
Yeah.
I say it all the time. They're their best selves in the morning.
Yeah.
They're like sweet and cuddly, and their
also,
voices are like gentle and not screaming.
Out as well. So I'm like handing them plates and they're putting the plates away, and I'm like, you're making my job easier, and also we're like spending time together. And yeah. So yeah, I'd say always do the morning shift. Like I actually love the morning shift and the evening shift, reading 40 different stories and having someone like fall asleep on your shoulder is actually really lovely.
Oh yeah, Jason is very much the book reader, because right now I'm running around sort of picking up at night and then taking care of our youngest because she's 3 months old. So we're still very much attached.
Whoa, you're in the trenches.
We are. So he, especially recently, the girls will like, maybe one more. And then I check in.
When you said at the beginning, you were like, I'm running on not a lot of sleep. I get it now. I get it. Yeah.
I always like to give the warning. But yeah, we're very much in the trenches, and Jason gets talked into like book after book after book. And every so often I'll just be like, I'll hear him from the other room and I get to listen to him reading the stories and the girls' reactions. And he does like all the voices for them and stuff. And so it's so much fun to listen to it.
It really is the best. And I say to like, this is something that I annoy my friends with and I annoy Cherry with, but I'm always saying, we're living in the good old days. What is happening now? Like that moment you have with your husband, you're listening. That's a moment that in 30 years time, you'll go, oh man, wasn't that nice? And you're actually living it at the time. And I feel like this is the thing about like our kids sleeping in our bed and stuff like that. They always end up in our bed. And I'm like, but eventually they won't be. Like, this is like a time where we should, they're just there and we're enjoying it. And these are the days where like, we really will miss them. And they also go by so fast. It's suddenly like kids starting school and then that's it. Now they're getting grown up and making friends and blah, blah, blah. And yeah.
That's when one of the strangest realizations recently, our oldest is going to go to kindergarten next year. And I always have this moment of, well, now she's going to be in school.
Our kids are the same age. Our oldest are the same age.
Our oldest is 5 now.
When we're in Philly, we gotta get them together.
I mean,
chaos.
Girl squad. Yeah, we have 5, 4, 2, 3 months.
Oh my God, you got 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whew.
I joke around with my friends. They could drop their kids off, drive 30 minutes before I realize their kid is there, and then they're 30 minutes away. They don't have to come back. So I'll just take them, add them into the pack. Gosh.
Well, this is the thing. Once it gets past 3, you might as well have 8. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
we're in a constant state of chaos.
Do you think you're done at 4?
I sure hope so. every single time. I always wanted 4. I feel like 4 is like this,
it's a great,
this manageable chaos.
Yeah. And also like each one has each one. And then,
Yep.
and then also that's a really nice Thanksgiving table when they've all got
Right.
partners and, you know,
Right.
there's 10 people around the table. That's a nice manageable table.
Yes. And your house will feel full.
Yeah.
Like your house will always feel full.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Also, I'm hedging my bets. Like,
mate, you're going through
out of
it.
4, we got to get we can't,
and you got
not
4,
we can't mess
4
all
girls.
of them up, right?
You got 4
yes.
girls.
Yeah, we're
Amazing.
all girls.
I love
yes.
that. That's
it's
good.
Lovely.
That's good energy in the house. Like
right?
It. Yeah.
We'll keep it going. But yes, we should get the kids together when you're in Philly because they love making new friends, and they're a good time. Thank you so much for being on today.
I loved it.
It was so great to talk to you. I am such like I said, a huge fan of your music. Our whole family is. And we are so excited to hear the new album Play out in September, but enjoying the singles that you've released thus far. So thank you so much.
This was a really, really enjoyable experience. I loved it. Just feels wholesome and lovely.
Travis Kelce stood on the sidelines, the stadium lights fading as Kansas City season ended in silence, not with the explosive energy fans had come to expect. The Chiefs, who once ruled every January, now face an unfamiliar offseason, one that arrived too soon, leaving veterans like Kelce adjusting to a new reality. Instead of gearing up for another postseason run, they watch from home, processing not just a loss, but a sudden emptiness. Kelce, a pillar of Kansas City's success, felt the sting deeply. He had spent years building a legacy with Patrick Mahomes, chasing championships, and setting standard for excellence. So missing the playoffs wasn't just a statistical disappointment. It was a jolt to his pride and sense of identity. As whispers of retirement grew louder, Kelce addressed the situation on his New Heights podcast. He chose honesty over excuses, his words stripped of false optimism. It's kind of an embarrassing feeling, he admitted, his tone heavy but resolute. But you keep it moving, man, you keep it moving. He explained how he'd watched the playoffs from afar, enjoying time with friends and family in January instead of plotting game plans, a rare shift that underscored how much had changed. Kelce's voice revealed more than frustration. It carried a mix of gratitude, competitiveness, and vulnerability, the emotions of someone forced to confront both success and its abrupt end. For over a decade, Kelce had given everything to the game, chasing wins and championships, turning the Chiefs into the NFL's model of consistency. Now, as he watched from a distance, he had to reckon with what came next. At 36, Kelce wasn't just another player nearing the end. He was still productive, racking up more than 800 receiving yards despite injuries and inconsistency. That stat line was proof. He could still deliver, still be a difference maker, even in a season that fell short of expectations. Yet the real question lingered. Did he want to go through another demanding offseason, another year of physical and mental strain? For Kansas City, the challenge was clear: restore urgency, rebuild trust, and reignite the spark that made them great. For Kelce, the offseason would be about motivation, not just recovery. He faced a choice that wasn't just professional but deeply personal, one shaped by legacy, pride, and a future that, for the first time, felt uncertain. The Chiefs' sudden exit forced hard conversations in locker rooms and households alike. Coaches and players analyzed what went wrong, while fans speculated about the next chapter. But for Kelce, the disappointment was quiet and personal, the kind that lingers long after the last whistle. His legacy with the Chiefs was secure, built on years of triumphs, records, and unforgettable moments. But the abrupt end of the season made him question how much more he wanted to give and what it would take to chase greatness again. The physical toll of another season weighed heavily on his mind, just as the emotional impact of his rare failure shaped his off-season outlook. Watching Mahomes and other teammates process the loss only amplified the sense of finality. The Chiefs had never missed the playoffs in the Mahomes era, making this failure stand out even more. Kelce's leadership was still visible, on the field, in the locker room, and now in his candid reflections. He didn't shy away from admitting how hard it was to accept, nor did he try to downplay the embarrassment. Yet, amid the disappointment, there was also resolve. Kelce spoke of tuning into the playoffs, staying close to the game he loved, and using the downtime to reconnect with family.